Everybody wants more customers. Every day, business owners ask the same question: why am I not making sales? Some people blame the economy, some people blame social media, some people think they need more followers, a better website, or they need to run even better ads. But what if the real problem is not even traffic? What if people are already seeing your products, they are seeing your businesses online, but they choose not to buy from you? And in this episode of Depth of It podcast, we are going to be breaking down the psychology behind why people buy, what build trust, why businesses lose customer without realizing it, and how to turn attention into sales. And in today's episode, I'm joined with Lois Ugbe, a seasoned brand strategist. You said something very interesting on your profile. Let me check. You said you are a
Story to customer strategist.
Can you explain what that is?
So that simply means that I help business owners tell their story in a way that it translates to customers. So you're not just telling your story in a vague way, but in a way that people can relate with it and then people can actually make a buying decision. So your story.
Why are you so obsessed with storytelling, and how does it relate to sales?
I think the biggest asset any business has is their story. People think it's their product itself, but it's not exactly your product, it's your story. Because I mean, starting on social media, I was doing a couple of things, but the moment I started to tell my story, talk about why I started my business, the experiences I've had as a business owner, an entrepreneur, a founder, I discovered that people began to trust me more because they could relate with my story or to my story. So as a business owner, if people cannot relate with your story, if you're not telling your story well, the right way, doesn't matter how good your content is, it doesn't matter how beautiful your page looks like, they're not going to buy from you because they cannot relate to it. It doesn't get them. So they have to be emotionally connected to you. And one way to do that is your story, not even your product itself.
Oh, the connection is more important than just talking about your brand and product.
Yes.
So instead of me to be talking about my brand, talking about my product and what my product can do, I need to share a story behind it.
Yes, why you started.
So a lot of people are complaining, like everybody wants more sales, but where do you think most businesses get it wrong?
I think everything goes back to your story because the truth is, in a world where everybody's doing almost the same thing, you have somebody selling the same product as you are selling. What is going to make you stand out? It's your story. People must be able to relate with whatever thing you're doing. You can't just be posting about just your product, and then there is no human feelings to it.
Connection.
There has to be a human connection, and it's only your story that can give you that. So why did you start? What inspired you to start that business? People need to know why, because that's why they'll buy from you. Your story is what builds trust, not even your product itself. Your story builds trust, not your product.
But do you say the difference between entrepreneurs online that sells better than others is because they're able to tell their story better than others, not because their products are better?
Exactly.
Interesting.
Because a lot of people have good products. And I'll say this, I always like to say this. People that have average products, people that know how to market their product way and by telling the right story, they're going to sell more than people that have good products. So it's not just about your product. A lot of people focus their energy on, oh, I want to make my product good. It's great. You should be excellent at that. But at the same time, remember that you're selling to people, not robots. There has to be an emotion. There has to be emotions. And it's only your story that can give you that. So if you don't tell your story properly, you can be singing from now to tomorrow, my product is good, selling the benefit or the features. Nobody cares. Once they cannot connect with it, that's all.
So
You lose them.
would you say that is what makes people buy? The connection they have to your brand?
Yes.
So why do people now visit a business, admire the product, and still leave like they really like the product, but they still leave without buying?
I mean, it's same for all of us now. If you go to, for example, now you go to an Instagram page, you want to buy maybe, let's say you want to buy a shoe. Your first time you're landing on that page, you see their page is looking all good, everything is fine, and all of that. You don't buy immediately because you don't trust them. Everybody is very skeptical these days. It's online. You don't know if you order now, they'll give you something else. So first, you have to build trust. So one way you have to build trust is by consistently being in people's faces, consistently telling your story. The person that checked your page on the first day will also check your page the second day, will check your page the third day to see if you've been consistent at that thing you're selling. And if they can relate with your story, obviously they're going to buy one day. But to say that, okay, there's going to be like a particular day people will buy from you, you can't even predict that because trust is a journey. So people keep building trust. I mean, people keep seeing your content, they see the consistency, and then trust is being built. But if there's no consistency, most likely it's hard for people to build trust because they don't trust you. You don't show up every day. You don't show up always. So why should they buy from you when you don't show up?
You have worked with businesses for a few years now, right? And looking back, what is one mistake you see almost every business struggling make over and over again? Before we get back to the conversation, a quick word from today's sponsor, which is me. If you're looking to improve your filmmaking, videography, photography, content creation, editing, color grading, lighting, cinematography, I offer a one-on-one mentorship session as well as an intensive training program designed to help creators build professional skill and real-world workflows. And if you want to achieve the cinematic look I use in my own videos, you can also check out my cinematic LUTs pack. These are the exact LUTs I use to color grade my footages that help me achieve clean cinematic look in just one click, and it significantly speed up my workflow. Simply just scan the QR code on the screen or use the link in the description to learn more about my trainings and download my LUTs. Now let's get back to the episode, and if you're enjoying the conversation, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with another creator that needs to see this. Thank you.
They focus too much on their product, on making it excellent, making it good. Those things are okay. I mean, you should sell excellent products. But you need to understand that as a business owner, you're not just selling your product to robots. Like I mentioned earlier, you're selling to people. If your why is not strong, if they cannot see the reason why you started your business, if they cannot see the transformation your product is going to give them, they're not going to buy from you. So that's a struggle a lot of people have. I think it's telling your authentic story. Businesses need to understand that the most powerful business asset that you have as a founder is your story. People should be able to relate with you. And that's exactly why people who run brands or community-based brands, they make more sales because people can see themselves in the product. They can see themselves in whatever you're selling. If you're just posting product, no, there's no human connection. People are not going to buy from you. It doesn't matter how beautiful your product is. It doesn't matter how great the transformation you are telling them is going to get them. They're not going to buy from you because they cannot relate with it. There has to be a human connection to whatever thing you're selling.
You keep talking about storytelling, you keep talking about human connection. How do you build a business and how do you use storytelling to create that human connection in your business to drive more sales?
So let's say, for example, you want to release a new product to the market. You don't just release the product to the market like that.
Okay.
Bring people along. Okay, I'm releasing a new product. What do you guys think about this product? It has to be community-based. People have to feel that they belong in that business you're doing. Some people will not agree with me, but if you want to make sales in your business, people have to be a part of the process. They have to see themselves in your business. So you have to carry them along. Oh, I want to launch a product. What do you think about this thing? I feel a lot of people are having these issues. Do you think it's something you will love? Can you see you're asking them questions, so you're getting feedback. So when you're launching, you're not launching a product that nobody needs. You already know that they need this thing because they've given me feedback. I've asked the questions, they've told me what they want, and then when you launch, it's a success. But imagine you just launch something like that. You think that it's a need, whereas it's not a need. Sometimes a product may be a need to you as a founder, but to others, it's not a need. So you must find their own need.
It's in your head.
Exactly, it's in your head. So if you don't find their own need, they're not going to buy from you. Just waste your time. And that's why before I launch anything, I must ensure that I have at least 20 people waiting to get that thing first.
Oh.
Some people say 100, but me, I do 20. If it's not up to 20, I don't waste my time building any course. I don't waste my time doing any masterclass or anything.
This explained was something that happened to me earlier this year. I did a course like that I wanted to sell. It was going to be live course, and because that was what I thought my audience needed, and only few people showed up and stuff. Only few people, really, really few people. I think like 4 or 3 showed up, and I had plans to coach like 20 people, which I thought I was going to get because of the number of followers and the number of mentees I have in my DM and all of that. But guess what? Every time I post my video, they've always been asking me this question: how do you color grade your videos? We need your LUTs. And I will keep telling them, the LUTs won't solve your problem. You need to come and learn how to do color grading. You need to come and learn lighting. That is the most important thing. Yeah. What my audience wants is different from what I'm willing to sell to them. Yeah. And you know what? I just, out of anger and out of, I don't even care, see, whatever, that is what you guys want. I just decided to release my LUTs. Like, the decision was in 1 hour. The next hour, I decided to create the LUTs from my color grading preset and everything. And I released it. I slept and woke up with over $1,000.
Wow.
And before I know, the LUTs was just blowing up from over 12 countries. And I think that explains, because there was already a demand.
Exactly.
People are already asking for it. So yes. I didn't even need before I started doing promotions or ads on the videos, on the videos I made, it was like 1 month later.
Yeah.
So that, algorithm will not keep pushing a video after 1 month. But to my surprise, none of the videos I did on that product did less than 100K without ad.
Wow, amazing.
Because people wanted it. And I was
Exactly.
like, oh, wow. Then I start thinking about it. Now it makes more sense that, okay, the reason the product did well was not because the product was so good, but because people were already expecting.
Exactly.
So I didn't even need to do any questionnaire or anything because people already wanted it.
Yeah.
And maybe what I could have done or I should have done earlier this year was to ask my followers, what products do you think I should release? Or what do you think
Exactly.
about this class I'm trying to release? And
Mhm.
oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Why do people trust you and buy? And some other people that have even more followers are not having the same sales you're having? Like, what really makes people pay attention to your brand and say, okay, I'm going to buy from Samfren, I'm not buying from this person. I'm going to buy from this person, I'm not buying from Samfren. What makes them make that decision?
So I think people buy from you and not somebody else's because they trust you and they like you.
So why do they trust me?
Because they can see the success they want in you. So you're sort of like a picture for them, especially for those who have followed your journey through social media when you started and they see where you are right now. It's easy for them to buy from you because they know where you're coming from and they know that, oh, this is where I want to be, or this is how I want to start living my life. And I see that this person has been able to do it. So they see a level of success in you that they are attracted to, then they will buy from you. That's also something that makes people buy from you when they like you. And also when people can see the transformation you're actually selling them. People buy transformation.
Yeah.
Not just a product. They see that, oh, if I buy this product, I'll be able to make maybe 2 million naira. That's why Make Money Online is the biggest niche ever.
Yeah.
Once you niche that, oh my God.
Will you say people that sell how to make money online
will
make
always
more
sell.
money from those courses than actually make, but they're actually making money online?
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Right. So people will only buy when they see a level of transformation and the success you're selling them. That's hope.
People selling how to sell a course.
Yes, they will, obviously, because you're selling them hope.
Wow.
And it's something they feel like, oh, if I get this thing, I will definitely
actually,
get it.
come to think of it, it's actually not hypocrisy.
It's not
think
actually, it's not.
like selling how to sell a course. So, and where you make, the people will argue, so where they make their money is from selling a course.
Yes.
And selling that course to you. But they were able to convince you to buy that course.
Exactly.
So that you can convince another person to buy
the course.
Interesting. You were talking about journey, how people have seen my journey online and stuff, and how it will inspire them to want to buy from me and all of that. How important is it to share your journey? Is it part of storytelling technique? And what does it really do to your brand? Because a lot of people are also very scared of sharing their story. They feel like they have to come out excellent. They have to come out very good. Although I'm of the opinion that, your first, no matter how good you are in life, your first few products, your first few videos, your first few showing up will not be your best.
At all.
You will look at it in the next 1 year and you're going to be like, oh, what is this? Sometimes when TikTok shows me my videos in 2023 and I be like, no, I delete it sometimes. Like, I don't want anybody to see this. Like, my current followers must not see this. How important is it to share your journey?
I think it's important to share your journey because that's how you build trust with your audience, with people, with your community. People need to see, okay, this is it. I'm not saying share your journey and then be over vulnerable, telling us things we don't need to know. Because there's a difference between oversharing and telling your story online. Oversharing means you're just saying things that we should not know, things that you're meant to take to your grave. We don't need to know because the truth is, on social media, we're not your friends. We're not your friends. We're not. So some people make the mistake of thinking that their audience are their friends, which is not true. So share what you need to share. Share what will inspire people, what to make them see something in you that will make them feel like, oh, if this person can do this thing, I can also do it. So when you're selling to them, it's easier because they've seen your journey, they've seen trust. They can trust you based on the fact that they know that, okay, you didn't just start today, and so they can see the track record here, but not you just going on social media and then telling us things we don't need to know. That's going to hurt your brand, honestly.
How do we draw the line then? Because now you're telling us to share authentic stories about ourselves, to share our little beginning, but there are things that people should not know. How do we draw the line? What are the things people should not know?
Everyone has their own discretion, right?
Yeah.
So it's based on who you are. For me, there's certain things I would not share online. It doesn't matter how I will never share how much I make online. I feel like I don't need to, because of, okay, I'm not in a make money niche. Like, okay, maybe I made, some people say, oh, they made so and so amount of, my friends do that a lot because of the niche, but I'm not in that niche, so I don't need to. And people that I follow and I sort of like aspire to be like, they don't do it because it doesn't make any sense because of their niche, right? So it depends on what you've decided to share online. So I'm not saying talking about how much you made is wrong. It's not wrong. It's good to inspire people. I mean, it's good. But for me, I would not do it.
Or people that share about their past experiences with their previous clients and how it was, bad. And, sometimes I feel like these things, what if you're still going to need this, your previous client's help in the future? What if this person is watching this video?
Exactly.
What should
There's
I,
there's that line.
Yes, that line. And I think a lot of people don't know, because it's actually very hard if you want to be very vulnerable, because it's hard to be vulnerable. And when you now get to that stage that you now want to start sharing, it's very difficult to sometimes put, boundaries. Even though there are a lot of things people see online, and I feel like, oh, we don't need to know that.
Exactly. Yes,
we don't need to know that. We don't need to know. That is very unnecessary.
Yeah.
But well, we listen, we don't
judge, right?
But the fact is, social media judge, and anything you post online is going to be online forever. Even
Forever.
if you delete it, there are some wicked people
that will find it,
that will even save it for you in the future.
Do you get?
We are talking about storytelling. We are talking about how to position ourselves, how to, really condition people to buy from us. Where do we now draw that line from now not making people buy what they don't need, or trying to manipulate people?
Yeah.
Because I realize some people, what they call brand strategy is like manipulating people, exaggerating results. Then people buy a lot. One of the things I love about my product is that when people buy, they always come back with, oh, more, why is it so affordable?
Yeah.
Like people and the Nigerian gatekeeping mentality, they believe because they have access to it, they don't want other people so it's too cheap. Boss, you should. One of my students told me, see, you are still going to learn lesson with this way you are going. Like a student will come and you will teach. He said, everything you are teaching me, I'm not going to teach anybody everything. No matter how much you pay me.
Wow.
He said, I've been to a lot of people to learn this videography and all of that, and they didn't tell me everything. And you decided to tell me, we know if anybody comes. In fact, I didn't even want students. That was what she told me.
Are you serious?
I don't want to teach anybody because they'll be better than me. I said, why is there no joy in saying I train this person that is better than me?
Yes, it gives me joy.
And she told me, she was here and she told me, you will learn. How do we draw the line from, actual selling and manipulating people to buy what they don't need? Have you ever bought something you don't need?
Of course I have.
And you know that it's actually a really bad place to be when you buy something based on the expectation that was sold to you during the sales. Then you buy it and you're like,
it's not what it is. I've had that experience before.
How do we draw the line?
So I think that, first of all, business owners need to understand that sales is about serving people. That's the first thing. Not just taking money out of people's pockets, because people can actually smell when you're desperate and when you want to take money out of their pockets. At the same time, sometimes if the salesperson is so good, people cannot tell when they actually mean it and when they don't mean it. I mean, I bought something recently, a few months ago, I think it was last year, and I was very big on that product. I thought it was going to help me, but I got it and it was just, what is this? So the salesperson sold me the feeling of it. And when it comes to sales, feelings always win over logic. Your feelings first. Feelings win before the value comes to play. That's why Apple always sells, because of the feeling. Yeah. I will have an iPhone 17 or 18, whatever you get. So I think that as business owner, aside, you just wanting to make money, sales should actually be you serving people. Should you helping people move from point A to point B, your product moving them from hellfire, which is their problem, to heaven, which is your solution, right? So it's not just about the money. And that's why I have issues with people who say things like, oh, sell me this pen. Sometimes I don't need the pen, so why should you send me the pen?
As sales to know how good you are with sales.
Yes. But I don't need the pen. What if I have 20 pens and you're asking me, you want to sell me another pen? But I don't need the pen. I already have 20 pens. 20 pens, rather. So it doesn't make any sense to me. So you always sell things to people that they need, not because you want to prove a point.
Because there's a thin line between sales and manipulation.
Yes.
We've seen average businesses packed with customers, while genuinely better businesses struggle. And sometimes I feel like, how do we even think about it that some brands are not so good enough, but they are very good with sales. And some brands are so good, so underrated, but nobody knows them because they are not good with sales. And by the time you don't get their products, you'll be like, how
Have you
come?
been?
I've patronized people and I'm like, okay, so why are you here? What is wrong? And they say, no, our product to speak for us. But I didn't know until I buy, and it's not everybody that have that luxury to come and be buying things before they know.
Exactly.
Like so some of my friends, I literally sometimes put it upon myself. Sometimes even give them free videos, free this thing. People need to know this thing because I just know. And I've come to realize it's sort of, some people think it's a bad thing that the word rewards visibility more than the actual thing, actual value. But the fact is, if people don't know that your product is good, nobody's going to buy.
Of course.
If people don't know that you are the best in the game, nobody's going to call you. If you don't even call yourself the best in the game, sometimes nobody's going to. And most times when we
Exactly.
talk about community, it's not like community builds themselves. You have to build your own community that is
Yes.
going to announce you to the world.
Exactly.
I think I realized of recent, I used to think, I was speaking to an artist. I used to think, all those fan pages we see of artists and all those blogs and stuff were just, or publishing the content based on they are following the artist, stalking the artist, then giving it to us. Only for me to realize that behind the scenes, those artists will pay bloggers to open fan pages for them
Yeah.
and to be
Wow.
announcing them. So you now feel like, this person is talking about these artists, even gospel artists and stuff. So you want to go and listen. But if I'm posting about myself, it doesn't make sense. It's like I'm
Yeah, but
blowing
it's
my
somebody
own
else's.
trumpet.
Yeah.
But if like 2-3 blogs are posting
Posting
about me,
me.
then the one that is not even posting about me will feel like less of themselves, like, okay, they are not the one publishing trending news. And they just want to how important is it for businesses that have good products already and that believe our product is going to speak for itself? How important is it for them to take sales seriously?
So, good products will never sell themselves. Never. As a founder, as a business owner, whatever thing you're doing, you have to learn how to effectively communicate the value of your product. And if you cannot do that, it doesn't matter how good your product is, people will not pay attention. So people have to pay attention. You have to be loud about your product. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm this person." And think that comes to the point. People who have large social media followings,
Yeah.
and then they are saying things like, "Oh, I'm not selling. I have less than 4K followers, and I make sales." I mean, I do with my less than 4K followers.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not just about saying, okay, I have a good product or I have a large following. No, you have to consistently be in people's faces. There has to be, reviews. Oh, I use this product. This is what I got after using it. You must be big on testimonials. You must be big on reviews. So you can't just wake up and just say, oh, because I have a good product, people will just buy. Nobody will know. People will know about it. People would not know about your product if you don't talk about it. And if you don't tell your story properly, why did you start doing that thing? People that have used your product, call them together. Oh, let's even do a video together. Let us push it to the market. Let's be loud. That's why people who make films, they don't just say, oh, I've made a great film. They sit down there. They are dancing, doing all the marketing strategy they know how to do.
Because people need to know it's a great thing.
Yes. So same thing applies to products. So you can't just say, oh, I have the name, I have the big name. And that's one reason I love my mentor, Miss Winnie. She has the following and everything, but when she wants to launch a product, she's doing videos back to back. She's putting her faces, flyers, videos, because she knows that the name alone will not just sell. People have to hear from her. Why should we get it? Who has this thing helped before? What transformation have we seen in somebody else's life? I would think that would also happen to our lives if we get the product. But just sitting there and saying that, oh, because it's my name or I have a big name, you're not going to sell.
So no matter how good or
No,
how
not that
big your
good.
product is, you still need like a very strong sales team.
Yes, you do. I don't even need a strong sales team per se. I think as a founder, I think we're getting to a world where a lot of founders are getting into sales. They're talking about their product. I think you cannot just say you're a founder. Nobody knows you're a founder. You're just hiding under.
And it's
See, you see
just
the era of
lining
hiding
your
under your product. It's
product.
not working again. People want to know the face behind the brand.
Then is there any new idea again? Is there any product that is solving what another product is not really solving again? Aside telling the story to make it look like it's solving what other people are
People are
not
not
solving.
solving. I don't think so. I just feel like there are really no new products. People are just reinventing things,
And
seeing
that
how
is
to
why
do
it is
things better,
important
making
to
things better,
Mhm.
faster, reducing costs. That's all. Doesn't mean anything has changed.
Hmm.
Just delivery.
In the storytelling, in the community building we are talking about, how important is reviews, testimonials, and social proof in your business?
Very important. So I don't share maybe social proof on Instagram, but for those who follow my WhatsApp, I share a lot of where my students make money, 700K, 600K. I put those are not my money. I put them there. And every time I do that, people are in my DM and say, "Oh, Lois, please, I want to be making 600K too. I want to be making 700K too." So if I didn't share those things, nobody will say, "Okay, I want to get your course because I see a student got your course and I'm making this money." So it's important that you share reviews. It doesn't matter how good you think your work is. If people don't know it's good, they can't get it. So you must be big on testimonials. You are done working for somebody, you did a great job. What will stop you from asking them for a testimonial, for a review? Oh, please, can you give me a review? Can you something like that? So that somebody that jumps on your page sees that, oh, you've worked with somebody before and it was a good one. And so you've built trust. I mean, you've shortened the trust building journey. Exactly. People they'll buy from you.
And it's even better when other people are talking about your brand
than you as a person, even though it's important too. They feel like, okay, it's not just you, or somebody has used it before, so maybe I should try it too. Or if nobody has used it because, or maybe they've used it, but you do not ask for testimonials, it's still going to affect you. That's one thing that actually affected me when I started out, but now I've become wiser. So I ask for testimonials, I ask for it, I put it on the website. Work with this person shared this about me.
Interesting.
Don't slack.
So if you had to put your clients through, as you are a story to
Customer strategist.
strategist, you had to like have a conversation with your clients. How do you discover their story? Then how do you turn that story into getting customers and getting sales?
All right. So for example, if I'm on a one-on-one consultation with a client and the person tells, most of the time they complain, "Oh, I'm not making sales." And I'm like, "Okay, why did you start your business? Let's start from there first. What was the problem you were facing before you started your business?" Also, for example, a woman, let's say she's plus size. She started a business because she was trying to get plus size clothes and she couldn't find. And she was like, "You know what? This is a problem. I'm plus size, but I can't find clothes. How about I start a clothing brand?" And then she started by saying, "Oh, I started my business because that's emotional. I was trying to get clothes for myself because of my size I couldn't get." And then people who are plus size can be like, "Oh my God, that's me. I've been trying to get, oh my God, now I want to order from this brand because she sees me." So your story is your biggest asset. You didn't just say, "Oh, come and buy clothes for plus size women." No, I've lived it before. I was struggling to get plus size clothes, but I started my business because of this, and because of my size. And now that I've been able to build my brand, then someone that's plus size obviously can relate to that and then will obviously make a purchase. But if you don't tell your story, just put, "Oh, plus size for women," nobody really cares. But if they see themselves in that thing, they have to see themselves in
It's important
it.
for your clients to see themselves, your potential
Yes, they have to see themselves in whatever transformation you're selling or whatever business you're running. If not, they won't buy. They won't buy. Also, another thing I ask my clients, for example, let's say, I think one time a weight loss coach came to me and she's like, "Oh, people are not getting my weight loss coach program." I'm like, "Okay, you were fat before, or you were okay, not like fat is a okay.
Yeah.
You were chubby before. You were chubby before, and now you're slim. And then how long did it take you to achieve this? What are the things you did? You're just saying, 'Oh, I help people lose weight.' That's vague. You want to be specific.
Wait. She was chubby.
And now
She
she's
used like a product, but she knew what she used and she was able to.
her routines, exercise.
Then she didn't talk about that.
She didn't talk about that.
Created a product, and
Yes.
she's just telling people, "I have a product that can make you slim."
Exactly. Like, you can lose weight. And then
And she has this story about herself.
And she's not talking exactly. She's not talking about it. So that's vague. Okay, let's say you lose this amount of kg in how many months. You can't just say, "Oh, I help people lose weight." You can tell, "I help people lose 12 kg in so amount of months," without letting go of the Nigerian food. Somebody sees and like, oh my God, I'm chubby. I don't want to let go of eating Nigerian food.
Yes.
I'll get your program because they've seen it. You're being specific, and then you also make them see that, okay, that was you before. But many times we just jump the gun and say, "Okay, I help you lose weight," or "I help you get customers." How? So you need to be specific, and your story is one way to actually make things specific when it comes to working with people.
Okay.
Your story gives you that leverage. Yeah.
Talking about being specific, I think sometimes a lot of people are scared of niching down, talking to a particular person, because they feel like if they talk to a particular person, they might not be talking to an actual person and it might just be in their head. But I've come to realize with my few experience with sales is that when you're talking to a particular person, you are actually like replicating yourself, And there are a lot of people that have gone through the exact thing you've gone through. Most of our experiences are not unique to us.
Exactly.
And sometimes we think we are the only one that have gone through this experience.
You're not the
But
only
you'll
one.
be surprised. Sometimes I just share online, I just share my specific journey. And I just see people saying, oh, thank God, somebody's finally talking about this. This is exactly where I am now.
Yes.
How important is it for people to really niche down, to be specific about the problem their product is selling? Because a lot of people just feel like, if I tell people like, yeah, if you are let's say 85 kg, so that means if somebody is 60 kg, they won't want to buy from me. But if somebody is not so that's so fat, they won't want to come to me, because now I'm talking about a particular person that is 80 kg and I want to become 40 kg. So if somebody wants it from 60 to like 30, they cannot come to me. And how important is it to be specific?
So if we're using that weight loss analogy, you can also be specific within the various body size. Exactly, you can be specific, right? So it doesn't still stop that particular thing. Now, you need to be clear on your offer. See, if your offer is not clear, if people don't know what they are getting, they're not going to buy from you. That's where you get a lot of objections. But if they are clear about what they are getting, oh, I'm losing 12 kg in, let's say, 3 months, that makes sense. But I'm going to help you lose weight. It's vague. It's not going to get my attention. I'm fat. I want to lose weight. You're telling me I'm going to lose 12 kg. That's a big deal. Sign me up. But if you don't tell me how many kg...
Because everybody's telling me they're going to help me lose weight.
Yes, but they're not telling me how much weight I'm going to lose and how. I'm telling you I'm going to help you lose weight, 12 kg, without you letting go of your Nigerian food. You've made it specific. Now I can...
Nigerian food.
Exactly. So I would sign up. So your offer must be clear. There has to be clarity. There has to be clarity. People should jump on your page and know exactly who you're serving. They should not be confused about, okay, who is she targeting? Who is she selling to? And you can't sell to everybody. I tell people, if you're selling to everybody, you are selling to nobody. You're selling to nobody. Your audience needs to know.
And not selling to everybody does not mean you're not going to sell to a lot of people, right?
No, it doesn't mean that, no.
Okay. So, but if two businesses sell exactly the same thing at the same price, then why does one consistently outsell the other?
Most times it's also still your storytelling, how you're communicating your product.
The same price, though.
The same price, yes.
Tell me my price does not matter.
I would say pricing is a social construct. Anybody can just set their pricing. Pricing is just something we just put there, right? See, I strongly believe that people don't buy things because of the price.
Because it's cheaper, huh?
People don't buy it because it's cheaper. There are sometimes that I've seen something that is cheaper and I've seen the more expensive one. Guess what? I buy the most expensive one. Because for me, I feel like that thing that is cheap, I'm not the transformation that you're giving me, you're telling me. I don't think this price can guarantee that transformation. So, but this price is giving that, is going to give me that transformation. So pricing is not even the reason people don't buy from you. If you can explain your transformation well to people, pricing, that price objection is not going to be there.
You know, sometimes when I'm shopping with my wife at the supermarket, and let's say there was one time I wanted to buy Gary, then I saw, I don't want to mention any brand. It was like 2005 per kg. And I saw one like 6,000. I was like, why is Gary 6,000? I want to know why this Gary is 6,000. Yes. So, and a lot of time, we make a big mistake to think we can use price to compete. If I'm not selling very well, let me just reduce the price. Let me just discount. And something happened last year in Nigerian social media market. A lot of people were doing discounts last year. And so something was now trending and people were saying, so January, you told me this thing is 90K. You saw the videos. So he told me, I begged you that I want to pay 85K. You said, no, that's your last price. December, now all of a sudden you are doing 75% discount. And at the end of the day, your customers know that if you are doing discounts, you cannot sell at loss. So you are trying to tell them that you reap. Sometimes discount is passing a different message, and a lot of business owners don't know that. So for me, 90,000 January. Now you are saying I can bring, let's say, 35,000.
Oh, that's a lot of discount.
People know that crazy. For you to say you want to sell it 35,000, you are probably still making 5,000 naira profits
on it.
So that means you've been ripping me. So what will you have to say with people that try to compete with price?
I think it's a lost game actually, because I will always say pricing is a social construct, right? People just wake up and try to put prices on their products. The point is, if the transformation you're selling is whatever price you think it is worth, then put it at that price. Put it at that price and leave it there. Honestly speaking, put it at that price.
For other things, right?
Yes. I think a few days ago, I jumped on a call with somebody. He wanted to get a website and he was calling the amount. I mean, it looked big, but I said, I'm not going to accept this money because the work we're going to do and everything that's going to be done, this is not it. Somebody else would be like, oh my God, that's a lot of money. But for me and for my organization, we said no to it, right? So,
what do you have to say with people that will say, but we want to be 10 of that. The price is so low, they'll say,
So
but
when
we
I
want
get-
to be 10 of that.
no, I used to think that way before, but
Yeah, they'll
it's the
say,
same work.
yeah,
You see, the amount it takes you to sell a $1,000 product is the same amount of work it takes you to sell a $100 product. The same amount of work.
even sometimes it's less stressful to sell.
Exactly. Do you get? Yes. So why don't you just push yourself for that one then instead of dropping the price? I did it when I was starting them, but it's a lot of work. You will just be angry working on projects and you're just sad.
So if you had to invest your first 100,000 naira in sales as a young new business owner, where are you going to put it?
I would ensure that I learn how to tell my story properly.
Not in ads.
That's the thing. Ads only work when you have something that's working.
Hmm.
I'm telling you the truth. If you don't have a working plan or a working strategy or a good product, ad will just help you waste your money. So I will only invest in ad if I know that I already have a working product. I know how to tell my story. Ad is just there to help me amplify my reach so that more people can know about me and they buy my product. But if I have a whacked story or I don't know how to tell my story properly, I'll run ads and I'll lose money. So I won't invest in ads first. First of all, I'll invest in my story, also in my product, make sure it's good. I can now start running ads later so that whatever thing I'm doing, ad is just there to amplify it. Because if it's not good enough, you just waste your money. People won't buy from you. Sometimes I see some ads online, I'm like, what is this? I will not buy.
Definitely nobody's going to buy.
Exactly.
The fact that you're putting it in my faces does not mean I'm going to buy.
Do you get?
And I realized one of the best way to do ads now is just to have a good video with good storytelling. Sometimes you don't even need a promotional ad.
Yeah.
You don't need the promotional ad to really make. I think I made a video. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or last 2 nights like that. No ad, nothing. I think it's almost 100K views now.
Oh, amazing. Wow.
I was just talking about a product and I had like over 1,000 entries without even thinking of ads. And I know people in this same industry that have done videos, done ads, and they've not had the same engagement. So I realized, especially for the new kind of algorithm we are using now, it's not really about pushing it to more people. As long as the algorithm is trying to push it and people are not responding, it will just keep going. Even if you keep pumping money into it,
yes,
just be going
wasting,
down.
yes.
When a video is already good and the storytelling, people can see reasons to buy. Sometimes you don't even need to do promotional ads.
Yeah.
You only need to do promotional ads so that you don't keep reposting videos. Let's say after like 3 to 4 days, then you feel like you want people to still be seeing the videos again.
Yeah.
So that explains what you were trying to talk about. So if somebody is watching this and they are getting a lot of views, like a lot of inquiries, but no sales, what is probably going wrong? I want you to clarify that.
Likes, views, but no sales.
Sometimes entries, DMs, but you're not making sales. Then what is wrong?
I think I'll share from my own personal experience, right? I would say your story too. There was a time when I was started to post, I was getting a few likes here, a few views here and there, but people were not actually buying from me, and it was a problem for me. I almost gave up. I was like, what's going on? Then I went back to the drawing board. I said, okay, I want to start talking about my story, sharing my journey. And that was the game for me. I remember a particular post I made, 2 posts I made or more self.
That carousel?
Yes. I didn't even talk about my product or anything, but I got a client from Dubai.
Wow.
UK.
Wow.
I was talking to one that was also in Japan as well. Now, my point is, I didn't even sell anything. I just talked about, okay, I used to talk about my business. Something, not obvious. It wasn't obvious, but okay, this is what this person does. And that was it. I wasn't saying come and buy. Just a random story, something that happened to me. And that was it. So I think you need to focus on your story. I know I've been saying story a lot, but that's the truth. If you don't tell your story, people cannot relate. If people don't relate to whatever you are doing online, they won't buy from you. It has to be relatable.
Storytelling is very.
It has to be relatable. Don't just say, "Oh, I do this." Why are you doing that thing? What triggered it? So that you need to trigger somebody else for them to be like, "Oh my God, I want to get it." So your storytelling has to be on point. And sometimes people who view your things on social media, for those who have me, I'm still coming up. My page, yes, I'm still coming up. Okay. I'm less than 4K followers.
But do you know that it's not by followers?
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm not even bothered
right now.
Yeah, I'm not bothered.
Sometimes I have about I've had 1.3 million views in 30 days before, just only on Instagram.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I calculate Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok.
TikTok, I have like close to 3 million views.
Yeah.
3 million views is a lot. And some people I've seen, do you know how crazy the algorithm is now? That you see people with 100K followers struggling to have 100 likes.
Yeah.
If you scroll on Reels a lot, most of those videos that blow up, go and check the profile and check the number of followers. I've seen videos that did 1.3, 1.2, and I checked the followers of the person and it's less than 500.
Wow.
What am I saying? My wife she just started a new account on TikTok. She has one account like that has less than 500 followers. In fact, when the account was less than 200,
Yeah.
she had like 70K views on a video.
Whoa. That's
So
crazy.
the algorithm does not push based on your followers
At
anymore.
all.
It is
At all.
based on how people respond to your post.
Whatever you're saying. Yes.
So or sometimes brand reach out. By the way, I don't like taking brand deals like that because to me, most times it's just waste of time, especially in this part of the country. They are not ready to pay
Pay you,
good money.
yeah.
So and I think how much did I even charge them? Very, very less than $1 million. And they were telling me, no, we won't be able to pay you this. I said, why? I said, because you don't even have then. I didn't have up to 10K followers. You don't even have up to 10K followers. So I said, are you still in the olden days? Do you want to see my stats? You shouldn't be bothered about my followers. You should be bothered about my reach.
Yes.
How many people can I reach in 30 days? How many people have I reached this year? Not how many people are following you. Because sometimes you follow people and Instagram does not even show you their content. Because Instagram have most likely showed people and those people were not interested.
So stop showing.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if you have only 30 days to save a struggling business that wasn't making any sales, what is the first thing you would fix?
Their storytelling. We'll sit down to probably talk about it. Because the reason why they're not making sales, even I'm sure they have a good product because they're not telling their story properly. Why did you start? People need to understand why you started. Then also, what transformation are you selling to people? People need to see the transformation you are selling to them. So if those things are not fixed yet, it doesn't matter how good the page looks like. It doesn't matter how good the product is. If those things are not fixed, they are not going to make sales. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to jump on a call and we're going to dissect your story. I mean, some of your stories people may not need to know, but the ones they need to know or they need to hear about would hammer on that one so that there's a sense of relatability. They can relate with the brand itself. So once they can relate with the brand, then getting people to buy from it's not going to be a big deal because they can relate to whatever the person is selling. And I will ensure that founder is in their faces. Especially if the person was not showing their face before, you will show your face.
You need to be in people's faces.
Show your face, yes. You will show your face.
It's not good to. One thing I've learned about this podcast is that it's not just good product is not enough.
Yeah.
Visibility is also very key. Consistency, like you said.
Yeah.
Then how you tell your story, because there was one challenge that started, I don't know if it was last year, December or this year, that people were doing 30 days challenge of showing off.
Until my brand,
and then people just
that's not what storytelling
take their mic and just say, and today I don't know what to say, and I realized I've been posting consistently every day from January, aside some Sundays. So some days I've posted almost 400 or 350 something posts this year on Instagram alone. And I realized I was not the only person that have been consistent online this year. Then sometimes I just try to compare, some people that are doing better than me. Like, I'm really surprised to see some things happening, that we have people that have been very, very consistent. Like, then that was what made me realize there's a difference between showing up daily and being consistent. Because some people have been showing up daily, not positioning, just talking about random things. No call to action.
Exactly.
They are not solving any problems.
No problem.
But they still hope that one day, all of this is going to make sense. And I'll make money too. If you ask them, how do you want to make money? I don't know, but
I'm just
people are making money from social media, and I'm just gonna. So storytelling is important. Positioning is important, and like you said, there has never been a time that personal branding is very important.
Very important.
As it is now in 2026, because before, like you said, if you have a good product, your product can speak for you. You get, you don't have to be. But now, there are the problem is a lot of people have good products.
Yeah.
There's nothing you are doing now, videography,
somebody else is not
photography,
doing.
graphic designing, websites,
That
almost
nobody.
everything. We have beautiful website designers, beautiful videographers, and if you're only what you're using to compete is that I can create, really clean websites, and that
You
is
have
where you're
lost
saying
it.
that
That's where
I can create really clean
you've lost it.
websites
Because even AI can even do that self, you know.
under how many minutes?
Less than 5 minutes.
So thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming on the show today. And how can people reach you to book a one-on-one session with you?
So there's a link in my bio
On
on
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah, just click. It's called a story call. Just book a story
Then we
call.
can just also put it in the description
Okay.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming. We really appreciate, and we hope if we call you next time, you're going to
Definitely.
answer. And by the way, I want you to talk about big conference. The big
conference.
conference that is coming.
Yes. So I'm hosting. I don't say one of the largest, at least
You
one
can
of
look
the
at the camera
largest.
now.
One of the largest conferences in Abuja, and we're hosting about 1,000 persons. It's a conference you do not want to miss. We're having amazing speakers. He's one of our speakers.
Mhm.
You don't want to miss the conference. So if you're struggling with your finance, business growth, your purpose, creativity, the big conference is where you want to be in. We're having amazing speakers like Miss Winifred Wire. We're having George Omaroro of the Rage Media. We're having Tumi Febegu, Achiever, and a couple of other speakers too. So it's a conference you do not want to miss. We're also giving out grant, 500K grant to a business owner. So who knows, you may just be one of our grant winners, right? So ensure you register. It's actually a free conference, but registration is highly compulsory. I'll see you at the big conference. Make sure you say hi when you see me there. Okay?
And it's happening in Abuja.
I forgot to mention that it's happening in Abuja. Yeah. So register and I'll see you at the conference.
So for people that cannot make it like physically, is there a link to watch online? Or do we have to wait?
Oh, well, they have to wait though.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for watching this. And if you've learned one or two things, you can also share with your creative friends or even anybody at all. In 2026, like we said, there's no time that personal branding have been this important. And everybody, as long as you have sales, you have a business, you need sales, and it's very important. See you in our next episode. Bye.